So children, in the previous video, we were introduced to all the daughters, Mr. and Mrs. Bennet, and we got to know that their property was entailed. Now moving on to the next video, that is video number 3. This business of the entail was a great trial and grievance to Mrs. Bennet. She could not understand it and suspected a scheme to leave herself and her daughters penniless and without a roof over their heads on her husband's death. A cruel, unnecessary plot, she wailed. Who ever heard of entailing property away from wife and daughters? If my girls don't get good, rich husbands, I don't know what will become of us. So, she was always on the lookout for well-to-do bachelors, and the business of her life was to get her daughters married. Attracted by her youthful good looks, Mr. Bennet had fallen in love with her and married her. He had realized very early in his marriage, however, that his beautiful wife was extremely foolish. But instead of correcting and teaching her so that Mrs. Bennet's manners and conversation improved with time, he merely avoided his wife as much as possible. Now children, moving on to the word meanings. Trial. Trial means to test or experiment. Wailed. Wailed means bemoaned, express sorrow or discontent. Grievance. Grievance means a real or imagined cause for complaint, especially unfair. Now children, I am going to explain you the passage. Mrs. Bennet was always worried about the entailed business and always thought what would happen of her and her daughter after her husband's death. There will be no roof on their heads. She was also worried about her daughter's marriage. Therefore, she always looked for well-to-do bachelors, and the only aim of her life was to get her daughters married to well-to-do bachelors. Now children, answer the following question. Question number 1. Why was Mrs. Bennet worried? Question number 2. What was the business of her life?